Alright, and we're back for game number 2 in the Thermal Take eSports Weekly Dota 2 Cup number 10, powered by Androids TV, and brought to you today by me, your caster, Kanaz. We're going to be back for game number 2, of course, in this best of 3 series between Keita Gaming and Fureur Multigaming. Keita took game number 1, so that puts them 1-0. And looking to finish off this series here with a short and quick game number 2 on the back of that Phantom Lancer, of course, that they won with first game. He's going to get banned out by Fureur this particular game, who have first pick on the Radiant side, and also choosing to take out the Bat Rider, who we actually saw in the hands of Keita last game as well. What's going to be the first ban from them this game, and they're thinking about what the second one's going to be. It's in fact going to be Nyx Assassin. This leaves a lot of powerful heroes in the pool, like the Nakes, if they want to go that route. Or of course Magnus in the pool if they want him for first pick. Rubik makes his way through. Actually, they're going to go with Lifestealer, just taking the Nakes for the first pick. We'll see what Keita want to respond with if they go with the Mags again this game. He worked out pretty well for them last game. I don't know how many really great reverse players he got off. They do pick it, followed up with Magnus Rubik. So pretty straightforward draft thus far. Fureur not thinking about their second and third picks. If they want to go for some support heroes here to pair up with the Nakes, if they just want to grab a couple more cores, it's certainly possible they could pick up the Bane if they don't want to play against the Bane. He did do decently for them last game. Maybe not as much work as they really needed him to do, but I got a couple good Fiend's Grip buffs that really slowed down some of the momentum coming out from Keita Gaming. But they are going to spend a little bit more time actually thinking about where they want to go with these second and third picks. Trying to figure out exactly what they want. They go with Gyrocopter actually. Wasn't sure if they would go this route. Gyrocopter, a hero that we see get played in a variety of ways. A lot of teams seem to favor him as a carry as of late. Not so much getting played in the mid role as maybe he once did, but they are going to in fact pick him up here as probably going to be their mid hero. Could also be run as a carry and they end up with Lifestealer in some sort of solo role. We do see that from time to time. And looking for what they want to pair it up with now, if they're going to go maybe with the Lone Druid that they went with last game. It gives them a very, very farm-dependent team, but gives them a lot of late-game potential, and they're actually going to pick up the Lion here as a support. So, going with the support we saw actually banned out last game, and Keita picked up earlier in the tournament, and he had a lot of success with him. Lion, not a hero we see a ton of, but some heroes do favor the support. Does do quite a bit of damage, and sort of plays similar to Lina, but has 2 disables, and as we all know, the best supports have multiple disables.
Radiant team pick.
And it's a little bit better than a slowness stun because he has a stun and a hex. So we'll see how that works out for them, what they're going to do, what they're going to pair up with him as well. Clockwork going to be last pick coming out from Keita Gaming here as well. So we're going to hit the second ban phase now. Looking to fill out their tri-lane. They need a support as well as some sort of farmer for that. Have their 2 solos. Fureur, they've got a solo in the form of the Gyrocopter or the Lifestealer, possibly even both, but they do have 1 support in the line. Kind of expect to see Lifestealer as the farm in the tri-lane, Gyro mid, so they're looking for someone off lane, as well as a second support. And we're actually going to see Weaver come out as the first ban from Fureur. I'm not sure if Keita would have run the Weaver in as a farm in the tri-lane the same way they did last game. But it's certainly also possible that they could have. I'm kind of expecting to see Clockwork and Magnus though, as sort of the 2 solo laners, and then they'll probably pick up a maybe more a little traditional carry for their tri-lane. I don't know. We'll see. They're gonna ban out Puck though. Want to take out the solo in the form of the Puck. I don't know if they're expecting to see Gyrocopter as a support, or if they think Gyrocopter might go safe lane and they'll run an offensive tri-lane from Fureur. They did try the offensive tri-lane last game, and Lion and Nakes can pair up in an offensive tri-lane that's pretty effective. There are also other heroes that they have for options here. If they want to go something even maybe like the Undying to finish it off with, who's of course known for being a terror in tri-lanes. They're going to ban out Keeper to Light now from Fureur, so just going with a support. Not sure if the Keeper Light necessarily would have gotten picked up, Rubik is somewhat more of a defensive tri-laner than maybe some of the heroes. So it's certainly possible they could have gone that route. Let's see if they want to ban out maybe Shadow Demon here as well from Fureur. Or if they're going to let that slip through. No, they're going to go with Juggernaut actually. Juggernaut, an interesting hero. Some teams will play him from time to time. Not seen a ton. We've seen him actually played, I think, more often in the mid role actually as of late than as a carry, which used to kind of be the common way of playing him. If you can call it common. Some teams again will play Juggernaut, others will never touch him. Warlock been banned from Keita Gaming, and we're looking for their last one now. They've gone with heroes that we typically see in the mid-roll thus far, maybe thinking about what else they want to ban out. I think the last obvious one is probably Queen of Pain.
10 seconds
if they're just looking for heroes in the mid-roll, but Queen of Pain's team fight don't really work the same way as Pucks and Warlocks. She does a lot of damage, but she doesn't have the disables really that those two do. Maybe that's what they're really worried about. People with really good team fight disable. I'm not sure. They're going to spend some time to think about it. Maybe say, is it the Queen of Pain that we want to ban out? Is there something else that we should be more worried about? Are we missing something? Are we forgetting about any of these heroes? At least that's how I'm thinking right now. And not sure what they're going to want to go for. It's eventually the Bane, actually. Kind of surprised to see the Bane banned out, because there's the immediate Queen of Pain pick from Fureur. So maybe Keita's just not really worried about it. They're just going to go take out the control support. So a lot of damage, a lot of AoE damage on the side of Fureur right now. They don't have a ton of disable. Lion compromising all of their stuns right now with 2. And Keita now got to think about what they want to do about this Queen of Pain pickup. If they're just going to be like, yeah, whatever, we'll send Magnus there. It's not the worst matchup in the world.
5 seconds remaining.
Or if they have some other ideas about how they want to compete here.
Reserve time.
And they're spending more time again. Going to dip into the reserve time once again, thinking about this 4th pickup. I'm kind of expecting to just see a support here. There are questions about who they really would want to pair up. Shadow Demon is in the pool. I don't really love Shadow Demon Rubik as a support pair. They kind of both do the same thing where their disables are better as setups for something else than really paired together. And that can certainly be relevant when you're thinking about who you want to pick up. It's possible they could just go with the Lina again. Lina did work out well for them last game. Rubik with the telekinesis can also set up Light Strike Array. Go with Leshrac if they want some. No, they're just going with Lina. I think that's fair.
Radiant team pick.
Definitely one of the better picks in the pool if you just want a lot of burst damage, and having burst damage is often very useful, especially against squishy heroes. Queen of Pain, Gyrocopter, Lion. Not typically Lifestealer, but the other 3 definitely vulnerable to just getting bursted down, especially with Lina and her ultimate. And now Fureur got to figure out what their last pick is. Kind of expecting to see some sort of support to go with Lion here. If we see something else, it's possible Gyrocopter will be played as support by this team. I'm not really familiar with them, and if that's what they like to do. Some teams still favor it. It's not very common anymore. And they're actually going to go with Chen. So they're going to pick up the jungler. So it does look like they're planning on running their tri-lane defensively in this particular game. And with the Chen, it's kind of hard to run an offensive tri-lane with a jungler, because that means they have to offensively jungle. There's a lot of inherent risk with that. So they are going to have probably just the Lifestealer and Lion dual lane. I don't know how effective that lane will be at necessarily killing the Clockwork. They do have quite a bit of disables. They have 2 stuns. Of course, from Lion, the slow. It's pretty crippling from the Lifestealer. Might be able to get in range, but if he gets his cogs off, they aren't really going to have a great way of getting to him. Especially with the Lifestealer, who really relies on being in melee range to hit him. Keita looking for the last pick, probably going to be their carry, whoever they want in that tri-lane. And they go with the big man himself, Alchemist. Want all the farm in the world, that's the hero you pick. And we'll see how it ends up working out for him. Alchemist not known for being absolutely the best as the main carry. Works very, very well as a sort of off carry, but you know, whatever. We'll see how it works out for them if they're able to get something done. If he gets a lot of farm, it's kind of hard for leagues to really keep up. It could be relevant. But it looks like we're waiting for these players to pick up their heroes, just waiting on the Rubik now, which is of course lit up, because why not? And then we will be able to get into this game number 2. And of course the pause, 1 minute from Frigolite. 1 minute. And it looks like Gang Train's going to disconnect. Alright. Just that gives me a second to eat this cookie I have. Alright, so we're going to get to the game now. I got to eat a cookie, made me feel much better. Hope you guys are ready for this exciting game number 2. I know I am. Here we go. Keita, they're going to be on the Dire, so we've got Frigolite taking up the Lina. Steph style, he's going to be on the Rubik. Saiso going to be on the Maglev Gang Train, taking up the Alchemist, and that leaves Floxplox, whose name I'm going to stumble over perpetually. On the Clockwork Goblin. Looks like Jabba needed another second here. Meantime, Fureur, they're going to be on the Rain side. We got Of Ball Little 100 KPM. Still don't know what that name means. On the Gyrocopter. Magic on the Lifestealer. Jabba. On the Queen of Pain. Crimson. On the Lion. And finally, Mouse of Dota on the Chen. Everyone heading towards this top lane. I'm interested to see, are they going to go for this aggressive tri-lane on the Fureur side? Are they going to try and force this issue up top with the Chen? It's definitely somewhat unusual. We haven't, it's not to say we've never seen it happen before. It does happen from time to time, but not particularly common. And we have the fight starting over here. It looks like the sun's going to come off from Maglev Green. Gang Train on Crimson. He's going to get pushed off back. A lot of heroes getting pushed back actually by those cogs. Gang Train looking like he's going to be the first one to go down. And in fact, it's going to be Crimson just a moment, milliseconds before. It looks like Of Ball Little probably going down as well. Floxplox in some trouble. It looks like he's going to lose his life. The cogs being dropped once again. Hold Magic in place. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to do enough damage to really take him out. Trying what they can, but the kills just being thrown all over the place. Mouse of Dota, the only one really left alive here. It looks like he's probably losing his life as well. It's possible he should have just gone and tried to kill Saiso, but it ends up being 4-2 in favor of Keita Gaming before the game even starts. And that big brawl And if they're going to try and run this aggressive tri-lane, they're going to be in a lot of trouble now. You can't afford to really lose a fight like that and give a bunch of golden experience to these supports. Both Lina and Rubik are level 2 before the first creep wave even arrives. And that's like if they did level 1 Roche. Not the situation you really want to be in. So now you have supports like this Chen that's sitting at level 1, he can't really do anything. Crimson on the Lion was the first one to die, so he doesn't even have any experience. And now this Chen has already taken a ton of damage. Here comes the Alchemist, he's going to have the stun. And that's just going to be him dying again. Fireball finishes him off. Maglev Gangtrain getting stunned up by the Earth Spike, but it's not going to be enough to finish him off. Another kill going the way of Keita Gaming. This tri-lane is not going to work out for them. They can't afford to lose those fights. Now we're going to see the entire pace of the game probably defined by this, unless Fureur can make something happen, or they have to just abandon the idea. I don't know what they're going to do. Lion still hasn't gotten any experience. He can get close, but again, Rubik, level 2. Lina, level 2. Don't have enough mana to really use a lot of spells. They're going to have both up on Lina momentarily. The telekinesis is also going to be there on Steph Style. Just putting some harass on Magic Crimson, getting a little bit of experience halfway to level 2 now. And he'll be able to start getting some additional spells. Alchemist. He's a little behind as well, but he does have got that Greevil's Green. He has that Unstable Concoction. He's going to be able to get the farm. That's not what's really concerning. And we'll see what he goes for. In level 3, he does actually get the Greevil's Green. It's going a little different than maybe what we've been seeing a lot of the people today going for. So playing pretty cautious. Not going for those last hits when he knows he can take a little bit of chip damage there. Just from the creep wave. Pull comes off from the supports. It's going to help them get even closer to level 3. And they're going to be doing even more damage here. That's definitely going to be something they are concerned with, because they already do quite a bit. Lina, very, very good early on in the game at doing quite a bit of burst damage. Floxbox having a pretty decent time in the bottom lane as well, it looks like. Has the creep wave already pulled to his tower. He's up to level 3. Level 4 on Gyro, but you know, in that matchup 1v1, if Clock is doing that decently, you know, it's not that bad. Mid lane, it looks like it's going in favor of the Queen of Pain at the moment, which is also not really surprising. Saiso does have his bottle up. We have to wait for this Shadow Strike to wear off, it looks like, before he bottles up. And in the meantime, there's another kill in the top lane. Line goes down once again. He's already got 3 deaths. Oh, only 2. I thought he died at second. Oh no, Chen died that last time, that's right. So 2 deaths, right. I was thinking Chen was 0-1. He is in fact 0-2. 1-2. 1-2. But Lion not having a great time. He is level still 1. Oof. Still level 1. We got the supports on their side level 3. Gangtrain up to level 4. Lifestealer's at level 3, so he's getting closer to level 4. He's not very far behind Gangtrain in terms of experience. It's these supports that are really going to burn him up here. It's hard to compete in a lane like this. Freakolite on the Lina, thinking that the ward's blocked. Actually, they're just going to smoke up here. Interesting.
Under attack.
Where are they going to head is the real question. You kind of expect it to be mid lane, but Queen of Pain not the easiest hero in the world to really gank. They do have quite a bit of burst damage. Looks like Saiso getting harassed down once again by the Shadow Strike, and she's going to go find that double damage room bottom and use it to refill her bottle. Get full, pretty much mana, everything.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They know that ward's there now. But that's not what's important. If they reveal themselves for the ward, they don't get a chance to gank this Queen of Pain. And there's going to be the lift. And the Light Strike rate is just too late. Queen of Pain able to blink out. So that gank gonna fail. They should be able to go kill this ward though. It looks like they might have forgotten about it. Maglev Gangtrain in the meantime taking some damage in the top lane. But Lion goes down to the poison. The acid spray finished him off, or maybe the unstable concoction. As I heard that noise, I was expecting Gangtrain to be the one in trouble, but he actually got a solo kill on Lion against 2. Kinda crazy.
Thanks.
Unless it's being traded in the mid lane. Once again, Salve Going to be on the Alchemist, healing him back up so he can stay in this lane. Continue farming, got the 3rd point in Greevil's Greed now. So he's going for that big farm build, as he is the primary carry. Needs to be sure he has that stuff. Weirdly enough, Chen walking around with 2 skeletons and a centaur. Looks like Saiso going to take some harass from the double damage as well as Shadow Strike once again. Does have only 1 point in Shadow Strike actually. But he's continuing to get last hits with the Shockwave. He's still staying close. And the big farmer is in fact going to be this Gyrocopter, who's pretty much been left alone in the bottom lane. There's not a ton Fox can do on the Clockwork, so try and stay around, get experience, get some gold whenever possible. Down this bottom lane, he's getting some last hits. He's got 11, which is not that bad. He's only a few behind Lifestealer, only about 8. 2 creep waves, which is kind of a lot, but not that much.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like Saiso going to be chased off from the bottom rune, and I guess the Centaur killed it. Saw that the Magnus was coming, was like, nope, hitting it with my mace. Looks like the creator's bringing something top after picking up the bottle. It's going to be a magic wand recipe for the Alchemist. And Floxpox, about to be in some trouble. They know he's there now. Needs to get away from this Chen. The jukes. These jukes are too big. Tried to go for the kill, going to miss with the ultimate. Floxpox in some trouble now, going to get clapped. Dodges the stomp from Centaur, and now he's going to be able to get out just fine.
Radiant's bottom tower
Not going to be able to set up a
attack.
kill now. Chen really not in a position to do too much. He is leveling his nuke, so he'll have that damage as well as the send back, but he doesn't have the slow as a result, and can't really set up things for himself if he just misses the stomp with the Centaurcon, which is rather, or whatever. Are they still called Centaurcons? Centaur Conqueror. I see. Just have the Hellbear Smasher though they can try and use. Look at that guy's face. Stun coming off of magic from Gang Train. I think he's just trying to be a nuisance. Only level 3 up on the line now. Hasn't managed to get some levels, but we have Lina sitting at level 5, Rubik, he's up at level 4. And they're doing a lot more for their team. They're pulling, they're moving around. This line is kind of just sitting top, not accomplishing anything. It looks like the Lina may be thinking about trying to set up some sort of gank on the Queen of Pain. They're checking rune top, and it is going to spawn bottom, so Jabba not going to be able to get it there. Now he's continuing to move towards the top lane, it looks like. The ward going to be dropped. Jabba drawing the line. It's going this way. Wants to go for some sort of gank up here, and it looks like Lina's going to be running straight into the back of it. There's Jabba. Freely needs to be careful. Trying to juke around, doesn't want to get caught. And going to be able to get out alive, it looks like. In the meantime, Nyx using the slow gank train. And it looks like nothing really going to happen with it. Wasting time of Lina is one thing, but the Queen of Pain, this time's a little bit more valuable right now. The Lina is just walking around and scouts out Queen of Pain, foils ganks. That's probably fine for the Lina. Meantime, this Queen of Pain's sitting out of mid lane. It's giving Saiso room to just sit and farm on the Magnus. Keep up in last hits. Try and get Blink Dagger or whatever else he wants pretty soon. Taking a lot of damage, however, once again from that Scream of Pain. Gonna throw a Shockwave out. And actually see who went and Clockwork bottled the rune. Sweet for Clockwork. Got a double damage. His Let's Back Off cooldown. Might be thinking about going on of ball little 100 kpm. Gonna throw out another rocket flare. Just trying to keep the harass on. Mouse of Dota is here trying to set up a gank, it looks like. This is somewhat risky for him, especially with the double damage up. It just wears off now. The rocket flare gonna be there. Floxpox needs to be careful. He's going to start getting kind of zoned here. Gonna dodge the stomp once again though. And that homing missile not gonna make it in time to really do much of anything. They are going on this tower, however, it's already low on HP. Tornado's going to be there, and then with that homing missile, it's going to kind of force them back. Here comes the teleports, though. So going to land the reverse play only on off ball. This is going to be his death mouse of Dota though. He's not fast enough to get away from this clockwork. And with the battery assault and then a rocket player. Finishes him off, so 2 more kills going the way of Keita Gaming in this bottom lane. In the meantime, let's look what's going on top. Gank Train. Looks okay, there's some pings coming out on him, but it looks like he's relatively safe. 9-2 is the kill score though in Keita Gaming. Definitely looking like they're playing pretty well this game. That again, that early fight going their way. It's just such a huge thing to try and come back from. You have to fight through it. And they're not having the success they really want as of yet. It looks like Alchemist actually porting into the middle lane, trying to get something done there. Do whatever damage he can to this tower by dropping the acid. Looks like they do get a double kill for Chen in the bottom lane. They lose Queen of Pain, however. Blox's going to be able to port out before the ult.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
It looks like stuff is going on. So people moving around trying to do whatever they can, getting work done down here. Gank Train trying to continue farming on this Alchemist.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Saiso on the Magnus farming as well. He's getting closer and closer to his blink there. Still about 1,000 gold away. Lifestealer manages to kill the tower in the top lane in the meantime. And it looks like everyone just kind of on the back foot. Keita just contented to continue farming. Alchemist hasn't really picked up anything yet. Going for the Shadow Blade. Still about 100 gold away before he's going to have that up. And then we'll see if he starts trying to move around, starting to put points into that unstable concoction now. To be able to set up those kills elsewhere on the map, on the players. Of course, we've seen this a couple times already today, but for those know really what you do. You just pop the unstable concoction, of course it charges, go invisible, lets you get in range, and as a result doesn't allow people to just kite you until you stun yourself. Jabba on the Queen of Pain continuing to farm in this middle lane. Picks up an Ogre Club that could go in a couple things if it's going to be Ags or the fast BKB. I'm not really sure which one they're going to favor. BKB can be pretty powerful against the team coming out from Keita Gaming. Looks like they're going for a gank on Gank Train here. And there's the Shadow Blade with the Unstable Concoction. Gank Train trying to find anyone he can. Needs to get in range and gonna stun himself. Alchemist. And a god coming out, it's too late to do anything. It looks like really in some trouble with the reverse player. He's going to be there, magic taking damage as well now. Looks like he will also be losing lives. So 3 kills. Going back the way to Keita Gaming. Yeah, with that, they should be able to get this tier 1 tower in the top lane pretty easily. Without anyone really being in a position to take it back from them.
Top tower is under attack.
But with the creep wave dying off, it's kind of difficult for them to really be able to get it.
Radiant's top tower
And they're continuing to try. It looks like the tier 1 will go down. No one from Fureur, except for Crimson, really even here.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And here comes the response now. The tower's already down. Steph still has to be careful. He's probably going to get chased down here. Jabba blinking forward, going to spot out the Earth Spike stolen. That might be the death of Jabba. Going to get down, pushed. Still alive for the moment. The Scream of Sonic Wave going to go through. Hits on 3. But it looks like all it's going to be enough to do is force everyone back. So blows being traded, but not much coming from it, unfortunately. Looks like Saiso's getting chased down the middle lane a little bit. Fortunately, homing missile, pretty terrible at actually setting up any sort of gank without it being completely unseen when it's coming. You have to have a really good position, like in high ground, to really start it off. And unfortunately, running straight at them, not going to work very well unless they're paying zero attention. Mouse of Dota in the bottom lane trying to work as well. Get some farm here on this Chen. Probably has this mech up already. He's gotten quite a few kills. As well as being able to sit in the jungle and just kind of farm for a while bottom lane after top lane kind of went to hell. And people just moving around again. Smoke ain't gonna come off here. From Keita Gaming, looks like they're just gonna head into the range jungle hoping to find someone. Unfortunately, if they curve this way, which is the way they look, they're not gonna find anyone. They'd have to go this way. Because everyone's in the middle lane.
Didn't you hear me telling you to throw it?
And Alchemist gonna just stun himself again. He's having a lot of fun with the unstable concoction. He loves stunning himself. Pretty much a constant thing in the world of Alchemist. Just walk around, stun yourself, no big deal. Because in the meantime, it looks like almost all of Fureur is sitting in this middle lane. So for Nyx, oh, it's infesting Queen. I was like, Nyx isn't on the map, so it's infested somewhere. It's on the Queen of Pain. So it looks like we might just be having a tower trade here. Tier 1 in the bottom lane. Going to be taken by Keita. It looks like porting back in. Maybe they're thinking about going for it. It's going to be a pretty aggressive fight for them if they're going to go in. Against all 5, they only have 4 of them up. The Infest going to come off. Maglev Gank Train gets the stun off on Jabba, but he's in a weird position, and now he's getting slowed up. It looks like he might lose his life. He's still alive for the moment with the wand charges. The ult comes through from Leah, doing a lot of damage to Queen Pain. She's going to be able to get away, though. Steals the Sonic Wave, and not going to be able to get it. Not enough. They do keep Gank Train alive. He's able to survive just barely for Elite. Not able to do tons either. But that is a fight. One Fureur ends up being a 3-for-0 trade in their favor. And just going to force them to back off at least for a moment. And I'm not actually sure what's being drawn on the map there. Alright, so it looks like a big bunch of stacks here on the Ancients. Gonna be starting to farm up here by with Ball Little. Doing some pretty good damage. Might wait a second before continuing to farm to let them reset so we can pull again. Ooh, got it killed just in time for them to respawn. That doesn't look like he noticed though. Maybe just leave it for later. Get some stacks, whatever. Continue later on. Foxfox trying to get a little bit of farm done in this bottom lane of Clockwork Goblin. He's got a mech up of his own. Looks like the Blink Dagger is up on Magnus. We have a Hyperstone picked up by Alchemist, so he's starting to get bigger and bigger farm. We'll press Y. Check out that net worth. We see that Gyro is still the leader. He does have the BKB as the Helm of the Dominator. Those ancient farm really helping accelerate his farm even past where the Alchemist really was, even with that Grievel's Greed helping him. Magic trying to do some work down here as well. The Armlet has a Mithril Hammer picked up. I think that's probably going to translate into a Desolator. It could be kind of unimaginable considering he's his Lifestealer, but certainly possible, certainly within the realm of possibility. And looks like that's about it that's going on right now. Tower in the bottom lane take a little bit of harass from these creep wave, but no heroes really down here to try and force the issue. A couple heroes from Fureur though moving down to try and protect it just in case. One of whom is this Gyrocopter, who's going to be nigh unkillable for the moment, I think, for Keita Gaming. Alchemist just doesn't do enough damage right now. Spent a little bit too much time trying to get involved with the team fights, didn't farm, and now just kind of falling out of that lead. Now he has to be somewhat worried about what this gyrocopter's doing. Looks like a smoke ink coming off once again. Unfortunately, Flox is revealed. They're going for the backstab, it looks like. Maybe there's going to be some pings out as they see that Flox is here. They're pinging at him. Maybe they're thinking about going for the gank. And Magic going to just retreat, so they should know that he was revealed. And that seems about it. Nothing really happening. Everyone moving around. It's giving Maglev gank trainers a little bit of time to farm, but he gets ganked in that top lane by the Queen of Pain. So, everyone kind of hanging out. Crimson, he's still got pretty much nothing done. Let's press 5. Let's check these items. Yeah, it's not too much else. So, it looks like we're going to just see a little bit more farming going on. Keita not feeling like they're in the advantage like they once were. And we can look at gold and experience to see that they're really not. Gold and experience both actually in favor of Fureur at this point. 5 and 6k respectively. That's the kind of thing that happens when you try and move around, you try and really take advantage of things and you stop farming. If you're not actually taking away a lot of map control, you're not taking these towers very easily, taking fights repeatedly, it starts slipping away. And even though they had a very, very good early game, they gave a bunch of farm to gank train as well as all the experience to those supports early. They roamed around a lot, and Fureur just played really patient, really disciplined, and really cautious. And they got rewarded. They're doing well now.
Middle tower is under attack.
A healing hand.
Looks like a fight going on in the mid lane. Can they get him down? They just barely do. Teleport coming in from Magic. He's trying to go on step style. Might be able to get Friggly as well as step style. So he gets both supports down. They end up trading 2 supports for support and carry. So, I think that one goes in favor of Keita Gaming 15-10 now the kill score, but it looks like there might be a little bit more going on. Saiso is here, they get spot out, no reverse polarity up on him, he already used it. On the gyrocopter to set up that kill, Gank Train trying to do some damage in the top lane. Looks like he's going to be forced to retreat by that glyph being used. Just moderately concerned that there was rotation coming on the back of it, as well as the tower just slowly pushing back the creep wave. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome, doesn't want to die again. Wants to make sure he gets this AC done in the near future. Missing a few last hits there. But Grievel's Greed making up for it. Continuing to get tons of farm. And it's still pretty far behind the gyrocopter. Being able to farm those ancient stacks really helping him out a lot. Well, it looks like he's pouring down this bottom lane. I'm not sure if he's going to go for a gank on the gank train here. It's going to force him to just Shadow Blade out though. Looks like a couple stacks coming on here as well from the Dire side. So he's going to farm up some ancient stacks of his own. Again, not very effective at it by comparison to the gyrocopter, who's probably the top 2 in the game with Sven. Probably wishing he had some Empower on him right now. Waiting for his ult to cool down as well as Acid. And gonna stack it one more time, it looks like. Success. And then he'll probably finish it off now with his ult on. Just kiting him through the Acid for as long as possible, wants to take as little damage as possible. As is gonna wear off now. This will put him at AC gold, which he will probably immediately buy. Can't imagine him saving for buyback at this stage of the game. Needs to get those items up. His buyback not going to be that valuable if his team's down anyways right now. And he's real low on HP, just going to teleport out. And there's the AC. He actually bought the recipe on the courier, weirdly enough. Looks like a blade mail picked up by Clockwork now. It's going to make him a little bit harder to deal with in these fights, especially if he catches a couple of the heroes that don't have BKB. Or if Queen of Pain manages to accidentally hit him with all of her nukes. Does a bunch of magic damage to him and herself. She's not particularly tanky yet. She has a BKB of her own, though. She did end up going for the BKB. I think that was probably to be expected from the Ogre Club. It was a little bit less likely that she was going for Ags. Decided to pick the Ogre Club up first over the point booster. Looks like some counter warding going on here by the Chen. Team counter warding with all of his creeps. Foxplox moving around a little bit there. Gank Train thinking about maybe going for something as well.
Attack.
He's gonna start charging in the stun.
Throw it! Hey, watch my head!
And stuns himself again. Typical Alchemist play. Casual.
Coming in.
Casually walking around invisible, stunning himself. I think this is pretty much the standard for whenever we get to watch Alchemist now. It involves a lot of stunning himself. And we're moving in towards this mid lane with a couple of heroes. I don't think they're going to commit, and it looks like they are immediately backing off, actually. Chen creep gonna... Actually, it's probably a gyrocopter creep. Going to head back there. Foxplox going to find and bottle illusion rune, invisibility rune, excuse me. And Gank Train going to kill off what's remaining of those ancients. This gives him a little bit of farm as well as denying it from the gyrocopter. Looks like Jabba has Nyx infested inside right now. So they might be wanting to make something happen, otherwise they're wasting time, where two of their core heroes are just kind of moving around trying to find a gank rather than really just farming. Earthspike gonna come through from Crimson, kind of. I think just he wanted to use mana before he popped those mana boots for Jabba. And smoke gonna come up, all 5 heroes smoke now. Except for the Nyx, who is infested, so may as well be. And they ping us like, hey, there's a sentry ward right here. We don't want to go that way. We know they dropped that. It looks like they're going to find someone, and it's going to be Steph style. He's going to be very dead. Queen gets that kill. So it looks like they're going to find anybody else. Unless Foxplox doesn't have a TP. He does. Should be able to just get out. Ping coming to defend from Queen of Pain. Jabba doesn't really want to give this tower up. It looks like Gank Train trying to do whatever damage he can to it. Probably going to need to port very, very soon. Crimson chasing a little bit. Here comes the TP. Certainly possible he didn't actually need to try and TP there. Did get stunned while invisible. I don't think they knew he was sitting there. Fortunately for Gank Train, it's going to pop the Alt Train heal up. And now invis away again. That's going to make his getting back take a lot longer. Actually, he's probably just going to head to this lane and farm again. Yep. And in the meantime, here comes the push up the mid lane from Fureur. See if they can get this tower down relatively uncontested. There are 4 heroes from each side here at the moment. Queen Pain appearing to head towards the top lane and want to stop the Alchemist. Someone's going to get this tower for free. Shadow Strike is there as well. It's quite a bit of damage. Kind of surprised that she's continuing on. She has the dust.
Radiant's top tower is under
Fortunately, Gank Train is pretty quick with that Shadow Blade out. Looks like he's going to keep running. Doesn't want to get in the fight. And he's up to 2700 gold. Not sure what his next pickup is. If we're going to see maybe a Mjolnir. If he picks up that Maelstrom momentarily. If he wants to go Basher into maybe Abyssal Blade. But it does look like the next thing that they do want to get is going to be this Roshan. And they're stunning him up. Certainly into it with the Acid Spray on him as well. He has negative armor, so he's taking quite a bit of damage, going down very, very fast. I'm probably going to see Gank Train pick this up, and they do in fact give it to the Alchemist. He's up to almost 3,000 gold. Looks like he's probably going to farm Ancients, maybe not. I love that when he has Empower on him, it puts it on the Alchemist's hands too, instead of just the guy, the big ogre guy. It's so good. He's got to be empowered too, man. He's got to be empowered. And it looks like he did in fact go for the basher.
Do it with flair.
So he wants to the stun. Not sure if I necessarily agree with it. I think Mjolnir is very, very good on Alchemist. But certainly not a bad thing. And he just sold something, I'm not sure what it was. 510 goldish? I don't know if he had a bracer or something. Who knows? Sold something to pick up a town portal scroll.
Homing in.
And it looks like Floxplox maybe baiting a little bit in this bottom lane, hoping someone will go on him, which seems particularly unlikely. They're going to be smoked up though. So here we go, all 5 heroes from Fureur once again. Trying to find anyone that they can. Let's lock in on this. Queen of Pain going to lead the way. They're circling the entire jungle. Unfortunately, they should be circling their Radiant jungle because there's guys here. There's one there.
Radiant's bottom tower
Or
is
in
under
this
attack.
region.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Tyre's courier gets killed. I think maybe
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
they're behind you. Let's see what they want to do about it if they're going to try and take the fight. It's going to be pretty bad. It looks like TPs are coming off from everyone. And they're all going to get out. Every single one of them. Staff Style, the only one to port to a tower and not actually all the way back, it looks like. Which means he gets all the spoils top. Takes all that farm. He's got a Ghost Scepter. Nothing much else, it would appear. So he's doing decently. Let's take a look at experience and gold. We see gold is back to about even. Experience a little bit still in favor of Fureur. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just guessing. It's about 7.5k experience though, and again, about dead even in terms of gold. So item progression about the same. Desolator as well
Dire's bottom tower is under
as
attack.
Armlet up on the Lifestealer now. We have a ton of items up on Gyrocopter. He's just so farmed. And the heroes farmed on Keita's side, maybe just not the same.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's
Gyrocopter
bottom
is just
tower has
stuck
fallen.
getting pushed back into the trees repeatedly by Cogs. He wants to be involved, it's just not working out for him. First player, you're only going to really land on him. Gang Train taking a lot of damage, he gets stunned up, he's going to go down, the Aegis is popped. He's the only one dead thus far. Magic taking some damage, getting pushed once again. The light, Finger of Death going to come out, and Clockwork doesn't really do a lot. And finally, Lifestealer going to go down. Steph Style getting hexed up. Stun's coming through. We're going to have Gang Train trying to get the stun off once again. Can he get it? It's going to be on Mouse and Dota. It looks like, well, little KPM. He's still alive. He goes down. Gets a triple kill before going down, though. Alchemist immediately buying back. Looks like Floxplox probably going to be losing his life to Java. Does go down. Killing spree, actually, from Mouse of Dota. He gets that kill. And Alchemist looking to be running in. Gets the stun on Java, but kind of hard to imagine he's going to be able to do much with it. Slice there as well, and immediate bash from Gang Train gets the kill on the Queen of Pain. Probably not going to be pleased about that. Queen of Pain just buys back. Rage buyback. But Gang Train going to get a little bit of more farm here with that Empower on him. Hitting him hard once again. Definitely needs some more damage though. Probably wants to finish that Abyssal Blade as soon as possible. Give him quite a bit more damage as well as the ability to just castable stun people like that Gyrocopter during BKB. Crimson farming a little bit in this middle lane, it would appear. Doesn't really have too much up still. Hasn't chosen to put any points into Mana Drain, and has put points in the stats, so probably never going to see points in the Mana Drain. It looks like all the aggression going to just wear off there. See, the Agnim's going to be coming from Chen in the near future. He doesn't have really any gold on him at the moment. But does have the Staff of Wizardry picked up, so only a couple hundred gold away. And an orb, ultimate orb picked up by Queen of Pain, so we're going to be seeing the Scythe of Ice coming out from her in the near future. It looks like that's mostly it. Still nothing really picked up on the dire side. We have a couple Ghost Scepters here. The Sange picked up by Clockwork, that's probably going to go into a Heaven's Halberd eventually, but doesn't look like he's particularly close. BKB was picked up by Magnus. Well, he just knows that he needs to be able to do some right-click damage in this game as well. He's been able to, can't really rely on this Alchemist, I don't think, as the game goes on. There's just more heroes that are effective on Furreur's team. As the game goes later and later at right-clicking, they have the Gyrocopter and the Nakes, as well as Queen of Pain even. All of whom have BKB or BKB effects in the case of Nakes. And the Alchemist still hasn't chosen to get one. He picks up the Abyssal Blade now. Save for buyback. His buyback is on cooldown momentarily anyways. Next 2 minutes. There's a non-zero chance he will be able to afford buyback after 2 minutes anyways. Saiso blinking has a double damage when he activates. Looks like Gank Train gonna just run into the Radiant jungle and start farming up there.
Boom! There it goes!
And power making him just absolutely shred these creep waves. If only he had built 2 Battle Furies, how could you lose?
Do it with flair!
Still getting pretty big farm though, he's back up to about 1,000 gold after that Abyssal Blade. And he's hitting for about 300 damage a hit now. Looks like another smoke game going to be tried by Fureur here. Looks like that's what they're going for. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't look like they're going to find anyone with this particular smoking. These people are all elsewhere on the map from Keita Gaming. Except for the Alchemist, who is hiding all the way deep here in the woods, thinking something smells a little rotten. Now thinking about timidly poking his head out. Going for the stun, it looks like. Might be thinking about going on Jabba. Can he get close enough to get the stun? There's the stun. Needs to get the kill. And does. Gets the gank on Queen of Pain. That's a pretty big pick-off to have. Looks like Saiso going to spot out that there are Chin creeps here as well. They might be thinking about going for the kill on them. Fortunately, Skewer does not work on the creeps, so they're going to be able to continue walking away. Magnus appears to be going for the refresher orb. Still about 2,000 gold off, so it's not going to be in the near future that we see that picked up. And everyone back, going to sit and farm a little bit more. Gyrocopter, he's got a Reaver picked up now, probably going to be going into Satanic as soon as he can get it, which is 200 gold.
Illusion!
It's not far off. And he's going to be even more difficult to kill. They barely got him done in the last fight. Not until after he got a triple kill just sitting there with the flat cannon on. And now he'll have all that lifesteal to go with it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
So you're
attack.
going to have to be worried about it. The bottom tier 2 looks like it might be taking a lot of damage. And Gank Train shows up as well to try and help out.
Radiant
He needs to run.
structures are
He needs to run
fortified.
very, very far. Very, very fast. Does she have a gem? There is a gem picked up on the Queen of Pain, so they know he was there. He immediately teleports. No one with stuns around. I can just get out. And in fact, well, tower is not in deny range either. Just very, very low. Clockwork sends some illusions to continue pushing in this top lane. While Fureur is hanging out in their own jungle, trying to farm up. Crimson getting that big farm. I'm not sure what it looks like he wants a Force Staff. See, I wasn't sure what he wanted to build with that, but of course Ring of Regen is Force Staff now. So it looks like that will be the next pickup. Satanic gets delivered, or the recipe rather, gets delivered to Gyrocopter. It looks like AC is going to be picked up now on the Nakes. That's going to help counter what the Alchemist is already sitting on. Crimson not getting anything. The Eggs is done. on Chen, so a lot of item progression just coming out from Fureur. Game Train gonna get the stun on Crimson and should be able to just kill him, and does in fact just kill him. There's the Abyssal Blade on up ball little. They're trying to do whatever damage they can, but he's got a lot of HP, and here comes the Satanic. Heal him back up. They got the stun again. Gang Train is going to lose his life over double kill for Queen of Pain. Floxplox trying to just get away. Java completely out of mana after getting those pushes. And it looks like that's going to be it. Now they're going to go for Roshan. Alchemist and Rubik going to buy back. Questionable whether or not they should have done this faster. Roshan is already very low in HP, and they're going to see it go down. Now Gyrocopter has an Aegis in his pocket as well. He was hard enough to take down before.
All are healed.
Here comes the stun. Up ball little. As well as the ult from Clockwork. The push from the Cogs, the Shockwave, they're trying to take him down, but the Satanic is up once again. It ends, and they get the kill. The Aegis is down. Can they set up a secondary kill, though? The lift from Rubik should be there. There it is. And he throws him up on high ground.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Not sure how I feel about that, if that was the right play or not. Crimson going to get the ult off on Floxplox. It's probably going to lead to his death, though. Cogs are there pushing people around. The fight taking place all over the place. Looks like Jabba might be in some trouble. The stun's going to be there, and he goes down the gem on the ground. But in the meantime, Alchemist went down. Got that kill. Looks like Chen finished him off. It looks like they killed the gem. Did anyone end up with one? Looks like the gem did go down. Up ball little did buy back. But that's Alchemist down. No buyback up on him. He already used it. And I don't know. That throw up on the ground is or he didn't buy back. Gyrocopter didn't die. That's right. He got sent back to base by Chen, and then just came back to the fight. Right. So it ended up working out pretty well, I would say, for Fureur. We'll look in a minute, see what they've got going in terms of gold. It's pretty close to even still, just barely in their favor, but experience popping back up after it was dropping down. That's about 10k. We can see gold. It should have updated now. Yeah, it's still very, very close in terms of gold. We'll see what the Gyro wants to pick up next. So that's what Alchemist is going for next. He has absolutely nothing. Picked up a Mithril Hammer, which is a good sign that we're finally going to see him go for that BKB. He definitely needs. There are a lot of disables that have been coming out, really stopping him from being able to do all the damage he wants to in these fights. Crimson, Jabba, hanging out in the mid lane. We're getting closer and closer to that Scythe of Eyes from Jabba, but kind of got stalled out quite a bit there. Force Staff not up from Crimson either. Those are two that really took a lot of the beating in that last fight. 22-20 is the kill score. Still in favor of Keita Gaming, but very, very close. And if you look at the graphs, even telling the other way, where experience is very much in favor of Fureur. Moving around once again, they're pushing down this bottom lane. Only 4 heroes, but still Steph style hanging out in the base. He's got 1400 gold. I'm not sure what he's trying to save up for. Already has the Ghost Scepter, so it's not that. Might want a 4-step of his own, but still pretty far off light. Gonna get the deny on the tier 2 in the bottom lane.
Rock it on.
And they had vision of them in the jungle for just a moment from this ward right here. Gave vision like right here.
Invisibility.
Invisible gonna get picked up by Saiso. Not sure he's actually gonna be able to do anything with it. He does have the refresher, or I think there's probably no gem. In fact, there is no gem. There's Sentry Wards up on Chen. Certainly possible he'll drop one. Expecting the Alchemist to run in and wanting to be able to deal with whatever he's throwing out, but not much going on beyond that. Jabba has the Nakes infested once again. Looks like they want to go for something, but it's kind of just wasting time at the moment. Here comes another smoke gank. They've run quite a few of these. Not many have actually worked out, I think, the way they wanted to. Sometimes they've got nobody, and oftentimes when they've caught somebody out, it's ended up being like the Rubik. They can't really do anything off the back of that. They're all in a weird position. They catch out like a support hero. I'm not sure where they're going now. Probably gonna have to make a beeline like that, because everyone's there. Smoke Inks about to meet each other on the retreat path, I think, because we're gonna go right here. Here's the big 8. They're gonna use a lot of their spells all of a sudden. Here we go in. Floxplox is looking for the ult. First reverse player is there. The Hex is gonna come off, however, from Saiso. In the meantime, Alchemist has finished off Chen. Ult from Crimson. Second reverse player on Ball Little. They're trying to do whatever damage they can. The Blissful Blade's there as well. Can they get him down in time? No, the Saint-Tank's going to start being there. The lift's there. Can they finish him off? And they get him down. Magic going down as well. 4 kills already. And Jabba on the retreat out. They managed to get 4 of them off Fureur. And that's a big fight for Keita to take. 26-20 now the kill score. They win on their side of the map. So they're going to be able to take this tier 2 pretty quickly, even through the backdoor region, it looks like. Gangtrain's starting to hit just that hard, and that BKB working wonders there. He's able to just keep laying into Gangtrain.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And that Gyrocopter only has a 5-second BKB at this point. No, actually, it was a 7-second BKB. So
Radiant's top
still
tower
medium length,
attack.
but not as long as it was once. He was able to get stunned up by the telekinesis, and then the light strike array, and that really was bad. And here comes the barracks, already 1 set down. We have 50 seconds until Gyro's up. He has no buyback. That's going to be at least 2 sets of racks, possibly more. Glyph is going to come out trying to stall up as long as possible. Both carries still down. 40 seconds, 35 seconds now for Gyro. Earth Spike going to come through, doesn't land on anyone. They all manage to dodge it. Floxplox going to get Crimson. He's going to just lose his life. Gyro getting pulled in and gets killed off as well. No buyback on Queen of Pain. 2 of them just lose their lives for nothing. And now Gyro and Nakes are going to respawn, and their supports are going to be down. The Queen of Pain's down for 70 seconds still. Queen of Pain is definitely relevant for these team fights. I'm not sure why Alchemist is killing buildings. He needs to be going for these towers. Here we go. 2 sets of racks down. Here comes the third. Tier 3 down. Melee racks down. And with this range of racks, that's going to be it. Mega Creeps 4 Keita Gaming. It was a close game, and then one fight. That's how that game works. It's a Gangtrain, probably going to lose his life even, but it's hard to say it matters at this point. He does have buyback, doesn't really necessarily need to use it. Unless they try and charge down the middle, but they have tier 2s up in 2 lanes. They would have to go down bottom lane. Heaven's Halberd picked up by Lena, so I think it's the second Heaven's Halberd, yep. Halberds are going to be so heavenly in this game. Keita able to win that big fight on the back of the refresher ult from Magnus as well as the BKB from Alchemist. Finally getting that BKB 45 minutes into the game and winning the game with it. So now it's just a matter of time for Fureur to give it up, say that they're done here. Mega Creeps up for the other side. They can try and hold it out. Looks like a Crystal is going to be the next pickup for Gyrocopter. He does have the money for it, maybe realizing that he should probably be saving up for buyback in case he goes down again. But I think if he goes down, if they don't just win this team fight, push straight through, they probably lose the game anyways. And he picks up a Demon Edge. Is he going for Daedalus or is he going for Rapier? It's hard to say. Rapier is the kind of game that can change when it's in the hands of a Gyrocopter. But he's still pretty far off of it. He's surviving for now. Black Cannon good for clearing off creep waves. He already does 300 damage a hit. So being able to do like 1800 damage to an entire creep wave is still good, even against Mega Creeps. And they only have 1200 HP. Continue to get that farm in. I'm not sure what we're going to see happen here, if they're just going to wait for Roshan. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. Probably no reason not to. It's going to be very, very difficult for Roshan to be contested by Fureur right now. 30 seconds till the respawn. See Alchemist farming up in the top lane up to 3,000 gold once again. I don't know what they're gonna want to go for. What else he would want to go for if he wants to buy anything? Probably just sit on buyback money for as long as possible. If Gyro wanted to finish Dialysis, I think he can afford it now. Finishes off another creep wave. 1,000 gold from the Rapier if that's what he's going for. Here comes Aegis. Roshan's respawned. We have Alchemist still farming in the jungle. I'm not super concerned about coming and killing Roshan, I guess. It looks like it will be going down momentarily, not particularly fast because they're relying on like clockwork right clicks and Magnus who built refresher right clicks. The visible Alchemist is slowly making his doofy all the way there. There we go. Walks up and punches him a couple times. Cheese gonna be on the ground as well. Probably give it to Saiso. Would think. He's gonna sell. There we go. So it's gonna be Cheese and Aegis for Keita now. That's probably going to just about seal the deal here. Gyrocopter. 70 gold. And there we go, that's enough gold. He buys it. It's on the courier, it's coming to him. They're the pings. Because it's time. This is their last option here. They have to win this fight, and they have to push all the way back in. And that's probably going to be through buybacks, it's going to be through Aegis, it's going to be through Cheese. But Darian Rapier, Gyrocopter, it's kind of him that can do it. Just needs to get the fight he needs, and Java already down. And the reverse polarity 1, already doing a lot of damage. Reverse polarity 2, doing a lot. Satanic is going to be up, trying to heal him back up. He's doing whatever damage he can, but he's down. Rapier on the ground. And who got it? It's Magnus. It's Magnus time. King Trin gonna just stun himself, because, you know, Alchemist. Magic going to win a fight against Rubik. Blocks. Getting beat up. But Magnus just hits so hard. Look at this Magnus. So powerful. And GG finally going to be called. Now that their Ancient is basically dead and now dead. So that's going to be it. Keita take the finals of the Thermal Take eSports and Dota 2 weekly number 10. Powered by Androids TV and brought to you by me, Knaz, as your caster for today. That's going to be it in this best of 3. They do take it 2-0. And I think that's gonna do it for today. Here's a scoreboard for you guys. I will be back momentarily while I make sure nothing else is going on, and thanks for coming.